Well, let's start with garishness objectified. The annual Met Gala, held this past Monday, of which Jeff Bezos and his wife Lauren were honorary chairs this year. More on that reaction in a moment, but first...
Welcome to the Met Gala, where the theme is technically fashion, but the subtext is who can turn a tax write-off into a personality. Yes, here comes another celebrity dressed like a haunted lampshade, confidently explaining that it's a commentary on late-stage capitalism, which is ironic because this event is late-stage capitalism, just with better lighting. Notice the careful balance tonight. Millions of dollars in diamonds paired with the humble relatability of saying, I thrifted part of this look. Sure you did. Right next to the security guard making $18 an hour. And there's the red carpet walk. Slow, deliberate, as if they're thinking, don't trip, don't trip. This outfit costs more than a public school's annual budget. Designers call these looks bold. Critics call them visionary. The rest of us call them what happens when you give unlimited money and remove all adult supervision. But really, the Met Gala isn't about fashion. It's about commitment. Commitment to the bit. Commitment to excess. Commitment to answering the question, what if Halloween, but for billionaires? And honestly, respect. Because nothing says art like wearing a chandelier on your head and having everyone pretend it makes sense.
As far as the protest and boycott actions, the New York Times reported, opposition to the Bezoses started almost immediately after they were announced as financial sponsors in February and comes amid a surging anti-rich sentiment nationwide and in New York City, the event's liberal home. The outrage seemingly gained momentum after the city's newly elected mayor, Zoran Mamdani, a Democratic socialist, declared in mid-April that he would skip the gala, breaking with many of his predecessors, saying that his focus is on affordability. And in the weeks leading up to the event, an avid anti-Bezos campaign erupted on New York streets, in subways, and online, where social media users described the event as the Amazon Prime Gala or the Bezos Ball. Reports of skittish stars and upset fashionistas peppered tabloid pages, including rumors of some past guests steering clear. And of course, there was more.
And in New York, this year's Met Gala at the Metropolitan Museum of Art faced protests on Monday. The event was sponsored by Amazon's billionaire founder Jeff Bezos and his wife Lauren Sanchez Bezos. Ahead of the gala, the activism group Everyone Hates Elon projected video interviews with Amazon workers onto the Bezos' Manhattan penthouse alongside slogans including, if you can buy the Met Gala, you can pay more taxes, and no red carpet for Trump's billionaires. On Friday, the group placed hundreds of bottles of fake urine inside the Metropolitan Museum of Art, referring to complaints by Amazon workers of having to skip bathroom breaks and urinate in bottles. The group also plastered ads across the city reading, quote, "The Bezos Met Gala, brought to you by the company that powers ICE," a reference to Amazon's cloud computing contract with ICE. Amazon's labor union founder, Chris Smalls, was arrested outside the Met Gala after allegedly jumping a barricade. Meanwhile, labor unions staged a ball without billionaires in Manhattan's meatpacking district as an alternative fashion show to the Met Gala. Amazon, Whole Foods, Washington Post, Starbucks, and Uber workers walked the runway in looks by immigrant designers. This is SEIU President April Verrett.
They can try to take our rights. They can try to redraw the lines. They can try to control the systems, but they will never, ever be able to replicate the brilliance, the creativity, the resilience of the people they are trying to hold down. So this ball without billionaires is not just about fashion. It is about power. It's about telling the truth, that people who sew and care and drive and cook and clean and secure and those that create are the ones who make everything possible. Labor is art.
And yes, if all else fails, hold a red carpet all your own.
Ready to shatter the billionaire class. Brown jacket class, shimmering in revolutionary oligarchy. Damask blooms across the look and a statement unfolds. Fascism fractured, split, divide. Embrace our shared humanity. Power to the people. Climate chaos arises from a choice to allow certain people to die. It kills through heat waves, floods, hunger, and displacement instead of bullying. But the underlying violence is identical. People can be sacrificed. This loop screams climate emergency. Pay attention. Climate is not a separate issue. Alternative, because we need an alternative to this.
Just come back. Thanks a lot.
Alyssa's maximalist protest fashions are inspired by her spirit queen, Jeremy Chung, who taught her more is more. There is no such thing as too much sparkle, and one should always leave the house with a curated inscape, which has kept her and her button maker busy since 2016.